arguably a podcast film.
Related film.
Because I don't know of any actual podcast film.
Okay, then sure. Yes, Roadhouse.
So I think Roadhouse counts.
By the way, Doug, nice pull on that one.
Bloodsport, definitely for me.
Bloodsport, hells yeah, absolutely.
But also, I mean, well, if we could expand it to TV, the Ricky Gervais show would be
sure,
better
of
for me.
course.
Truly, the point I think I was trying to make is, I'm not a fan of the Ron Burgundy
Character,
comedy.
yeah.
That
Okay.
character. I saw the first one. I think I saw the second one.
Well, wait, that's the question. We know Talladega Nights doesn't chart for you. What about the first Anchorman?
I saw it with Candy. Candy loved it. My
Right.
wife, Candy, loved it.
Yeah.
And I saw it with her.
I thank you for
and the
clarifying.
same for the second. I saw it because of Candy. I wouldn't have gone to see it for my own enjoyment because I didn't enjoy it that much.
Right.
I get that it's funny. I get that it's successful. It's just not my type of funny.
Sure.
And so this podcast was also not my type of funny.
What is your type of funny, Doug?
I don't know. I don't know if I can
Right now,
sum
top
that up for
comedy
you.
that you're watching. What are you watching right now on TV or Netflix? You name it.
I'm really not watching a lot of comedy.
Okay,
right
yeah, I know
now.
that's not your
I mean, I do
genre.
still
Well, you
watch.
must
I
have
still watch. Whose Line Is It? That's
Right.
currently running. I would
you-
love to see that in person and see if I think it's just as funny in person. And I think that would be
You
a
should
great
go
thing.
do it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying,
And
what-
review it on the show.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. What comedy films do you find funny? Just off the top of your head, just name 3.
I don't know.
Okay.
I honestly, I
Doug-
can't. I'm not. But that's me and that's my memory. I don't know. I watch comedies all the time.
Right.
We could drag Candy in here from the other room. She could
we're not
probably
gonna
tell
do that.
us
Doug likes
what my 3 favorite
a
comedies.
wholesome, straight out of the chute comedy, a Honeymooners.
Yes, I'm thinking Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
Yeah,
Honeymooners.
yeah.
I'm trying to think of a third Honey movie.
That's
I don't know.
I was going
But
to
I
try to
do
do that
watch-
too. But
I
you
do
know, you
watch a
dug
lot of
that
comedies.
hole,
I
so
did.
you got to keep digging it.
I do watch. I watch plenty of comedies. I just don't. Nothing's coming.
You just
to
don't
mind at this
remember
moment.
which ones
you
you
know how
liked?
well I do when you put me on the spot, which is I do horribly.
Yeah.
And when I get home,
Next episode,
about an
you'll
hour
remember
from
it.
now, I'll get home and I'll be like, oh crap, I should have mentioned this, this, and this for you, but I can't at the moment.
That's fair.
But I can tell you that I'm very clear on the fact that although I saw both the Ron Burgundy movies,
Right.
I have no desire to see them again.
Right.
They were
Got
great.
it.
They were funny.
Doug, you're
They were
not going to be
funny.
listening to this podcast again. is
I'm
it?
not
I'm
sure
not.
it's clear. Let's
I
really
just want to make that clear.
reiterate.
But again, but I think that goes to say, like, John thoroughly enjoyed this podcast.
Right.
He thoroughly enjoys the Ron Burgundy character.
Right.
So I think this is just a great example of content that's not well suited to me.
Even as I'm listening to it, like I'm sure you've had the experience, you're watching something on TV, a movie, a series, and you're really enjoying it, but you're thinking, there's so much here that is for me, and I know so many people, like, I wouldn't even recommend this because it's just for a select few. I was actually thinking that while listening. Like, you've got to be someone who loves Will Ferrell, loves this character, to really like this, because it isn't that multi-hander that the movies are with so much other stuff going on. Those are our reviews, guys. We're going to go to our stars in just a second, but we got to take a quick jaunt into the big multicolored tent that is the one-star bazaar on this one.
Hell yeah.
Because just so you know, right now, currently, as we're recording this, if you pull up the reviews on iTunes, the first 7 are one-star reviews.
Wow.
This currently has 849 one-star, and we have to mention, it's got 4,126 5-stars. So obviously really dividing people, and very, very few in between.
Okay.
I know often I will dive into the full text of a one-star review.
Sure.
I'm just going to give you,
some
we're going to
highlights?
go through all of the titles.
Okay,
Not even
yeah,
just
like that.
titles.
That's fun.
Worst podcasts I've ever listened to. So awkward, clunky, and cringy. Terrible. Stop broadcasting. Please stop. Those are 2 different ones. Stop broadcasting is, by the way, not broadcasting.
Not broadcasting,
But that's
it's
okay. With someone's grandfather who wrote that one. Please stop and stop broadcasting are separate. Very contrived. And the last one, simply not a podcast.
I like to think that there's someone somewhere.
Again,
It's like
super easy to find immediately after them, because we have to do this for balance. 5 stars. Great podcast. Great.
we don't need to be fair and balanced. This is not Fox News.
Podcast. I mean, it's Ron Burgundy, people, lots of exclamation marks. Who possibly someone who read the 1 stars was like, dude, it's Ron. And by the way, a lot of the 5 stars are speaking to the collective 1 stars that are reviewing.
I like that there's some sort of
I don't
civil
know why
war.
you don't get this.
Hatfield and McCoys.
When you get that many people on one side, and to be fair, that many 849 1 stars is a lot. That's a lot. What were you going to say, Brando?
I was going to go into a character work, but I feel like the momentum is lost.
I don't think the moment's passed.
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
It is good. How many of the
Doug's a straight man.
stars-
Doug's the Carolina of this
he
episode.
really is also not a fan of your improv work.
How many of the 5-star reviews do you think are people who hadn't actually listened to the podcast yet, but are just fans of Ron Burgundy?
Well,
whereas
we've
all
seen
the
it
1
with
stars,
1 stars
I'm
before,
convinced
yeah.
all the 1 stars listened and
Definitely,
felt the same way as me.
definitely, yeah.
And then the 5 stars were like logged inside. Wait, who dared to give Ron Burgundy a 1 star?
I just did a quick scroll down and picked the first 5-star I saw, and I'm going to read it to you to see what this person thought. If people, so they're already responding to the 1 stars. If people actually listen to the whole episode and had a sense of humor, I think they would love this podcast. Will as Ron makes everything so awkward through his arrogance and ignorance that if you listen past the 5 minutes, you would love this show. The things he says is truly outrageous. So we're having some problems with tense here and grammar and syntax. The things, maybe in English as a second language person, but hey, they're doing great with English. The thing is, he says, is truly outrageous and is definitely an audio form of Anchorman. So this is someone who is speaking to the 1-star reviewers, saying, hey, if you'd give it a chance, but of course, both of you gave it a thorough chance, and you've had your criticisms just the same. What would you, now I'm really curious, because there was stuff you liked and stuff you didn't. What would you give it?
It's not a 1 star for me.
Right.
It's definitely, I'm going to have to go 2 stars.
Okay.
Maybe 2.5. If you can give halves, I might give it a 2.5 and just right down the middle.
And for this one, because you're usually, particularly you, Brandon, with everything, are really strongly on one side or really strongly on the other.
I like to think of myself as an extremist.
And because you're not an extremist on this one, give me also a 1-sentence review.
When Ron Burgundy gets to play with talented people, he shines. But when shackled with stupid Carolina, he sinks.
Okay, wow. And again, I just want to say, okay, so I'm going to
no offense to Carolina as a person, but as the character she plays on the podcast. I don't know her as a person. I don't know anything about her.
You're not criticizing her ability as an assistant in any way.
I'm assuming she's a great assistant. She's been there for 2-3 years with Mr. Ferrell.
Well, as I mentioned, I did enjoy both our assigned episodes. Certainly did not enjoy the 2 previous ones.
Right.
I enjoyed the 2 assigned episodes. And I really, as did you, really liked Trapped in an Elevator.
Right.
For the concept of it. And again, just it was a funny episode. Everyone did a great job. I'd have to give this 3 stars. And my 1-sentence review would have to reference, well, I'll give it to you right now. Had difficulty getting through the first 2 episodes and was disappointed because I love Ferrell and Ron Burgundy, but really began enjoying after that and thought they hit a high point thus far with Trapped in an Elevator, looking forward to what the rest of the season brings. So I want to be clear that I did not like those early episodes. I also liked Carolina more than both of you.
Obviously.
But yeah, it's improving, as so many things do, as people get to know a character better or the people in the sandbox with them a little bit better and can play with them a little bit more. Doug, what about you? How many stars, buddy?
Well, I did want to ask you, though, with Trapped in an Elevator, do you think it's because it's a more visual story that you're actually creating the images in your brain as opposed to like Christmas Memories where it's just 2 people,
right?
You're picturing 2 people sitting across from each other
possibly,
talking.
although with, either the trip to Tijuana or the Japanese U-boat that was, discovered on the beach in San Diego by the young Ron. I was also starting to picture this in my, the theater of the mind. But you're right. This does really play out. And I think that's why I enjoyed it more. You may be right. They may have been painting pictures that I was enjoying, getting a little visual sense on it.
I mean, it's not like
I do have
it's not like it was a 5-star review.
So I did experience the entire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I experienced the entire podcast as colors.
What happens when you bite an orange?
You mean an A flat?
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's orange.
You hear notes when you. Wow.
That's synesthesia, yes.
That's really cool. So you see
any confusing of senses.
You see the boxes.
And I genuinely have synesthesia with music. I do.
Do you actually have synesthesia?
I experience it all in colors.
Oh, that's interesting. That's fun. I know what synesthesia is. It's something we studied in psychology. because it's
because you have a
interesting.
degree in psychology.
I do have a degree in psychology.
Hey, we get it. You have a degree. Relax.
Listen,
Doug was in the
I'm
middle of
college
his review, bro.
He actually asked you a question.
Take your miter board off and relax for a minute.
What was your review? 5? How many stars?
3.
3 stars. Okay.
But, a hopeful that it may go up.
A 3+.
Maybe. A 3+, absolutely. A contingent
3 with a
3+,
potential
Doug.
to grow.
Yes.
Just like never mind.
I think it's funny because wow, I love how far out your hands spanned when you started
so
together.
short.
I know.
So I think this one, like many of the podcasts we've reviewed, you guys will talk about other episodes that sound very enjoyable.
You want to listen to Trapped in an Elevator,
ones
don't
that you
you?
did not assign to me, so I can only give a review based on
to be fair,
the
Doug,
ones.
when we assigned it, Trapped in the Elevator was not posted yet.
Right. Yeah, I get that. But I'm just saying, so
He gets it,
as
John.
always.
Right.
Cool off.
Whoa, Doug. You guys, folks at home aren't going to know this, but Doug actually ripped his shirt open.
Pulled
when he
out a
said
switchblade.
That. All right, Doug, you get it. It's
Wow.
cool, bro. Relax.
So
Chill.
threatening.
So based on the 2 episodes that I listened to, I would give it 2 stars.
Okay.
I was surprised. That's higher than I expected.
Well, 1 for each episode.
Okay. 1 for each episode.
I mean, so 2 1-star episodes for you. Also, Doug,
Essentially,
calm down.
yes.
Doug just broke the arm off his glasses to make a shank. Dude, we get it. You got it.
Okay,
all right.
you can take the guy out of Clovis, but you can't take the Clovis
Seriously.
out of the guy.
Don't
Wait
ever
for
forget
him
it.
to go for his boot
Don't
knife.
ever
Hey, Doug, look,
forget it.
We'll assign to you Stuck in an Elevator in addition to your 2 next episodes for next week.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck me.
And I guess my my 1-sentence review would be nope.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
more of a 1-word review. So it's not technically a sentence.
If I put a period at
There's
the
no
end.
subject or predicate.
It's all inferred.
Okay, sure. That's that fine Clovis education that he received.
Absolutely.
People in Clovis could be listening to this podcast and may actually come across you, Brandon.
Are any of them in school right now?
Are any of them in school?
Right, like if you're saying these people in Clovis, do you have a priori knowledge of who these people in Clovis are? Because I feel like you're menacing me, and I'm just saying anybody who's in school,
I feel like
think
you're attacking
you should escape
Clovis.
as fast as you can.
Wow, you really are attacking
Listen,
Clovis.
I don't like any part of California other than the part I'm in.
Okay, interesting.
So
Guys, we'll settle this after the podcast with a little bit of cactus arm wrestling as they do in
we'll
Clovis.
roadhouse it.
Yeah, we'll roadhouse the shit out of this.
Yeah, fuck guys like you in prison.
No, okay.
I like that you immediately went for that guy as your
It's
character.
the best line.
That's
Maybe
your
in the
guy's
history
character.
of cinema.
My favorite guy in Road. I mean, let's just do this.
Sure. Hey, we can talk Roadhouse all day.
It's our weekly segment, Talking Roadhouse. And here's our theme song from Brandon for Talking Roadhouse.
Yeah, we're gonna talk some Roadhouse. Yeah, we're gonna go down the road. Yeah, we're gonna talk some Roadhouse. Hey, watch me shoot this load.
Hey, Brandon, that may have been one of your best thus far.
I took
the
the criticism from last week.
Okay.
And I'm trying to add a little bit more
It was
tunefulness to it. I'm
relatively
trying
concise.
to
It was
give
more
it some
tuneful.
rhyming.
There was
I
a rhyme,
scream.
yes, that you had an AC rhyme scheme.
Yes.
The whole time
Actually,
I was
a BD rhyme scheme.
the whole time
Yeah.
I was anticipating that whole prison line coming into your theme song. I'm glad it didn't.
No.
Me too.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
all our listeners
I call
are
it
glad.
wonging when I use a
Yeah.
BD rhyme scheme.
BD Wong. Right, very clever.
You guys like that?
Yeah.
Booyah.
Yeah. It's time for Brandon to now stop talking. My favorite character in it, let's see if either of you guys have any feelings about this guy, is his like real mountain man, like overalls wearing Uncle Jesse from the Dukes of Hazzard looking
Yes.
landlord, who his lines are so incredibly well written.
Yes.
That I am absolutely convinced that whoever this guy is, I
Wrote
should
his
look
own
him
lines.
up 100%. Because the rest of the
Yes.
movie is so dumb, and everything he said, like every line is quotable. It's incredible.
It's like he said, "Oh, Patrick Swayze is a philosopher. He's got this degree in philosophy. I'm also a philosopher. My character,
Yes.
and I'm going to write something that
because
meets
he's
him on his
right.
level. We're
He's
both
a
kind of
real
country,
philosopher. Absolutely.
and I'd like to think of it as like
You know
in
what,
Jaws.
Brandon? Fuck it. I'm dropping in a line
Drop it in.
right now.
It ain't the money, you understand, but if I don't charge you something, the Presbyterians around here are likely to pray for my ruination. How does $100 a month strike you?
Fine.
You can afford that much?
If it keeps you in the good graces of the church.
Ain't it peculiar how money seems to do that very thing?
So, I mean, listen to
It's
that.
brilliant.
If you've never seen Roadhouse, you hear that line, you think, why do people consider this like the king of the B movies? That's excellent dialogue. Nothing else.